Hello, Michael. Hello, hello.
Hello, Sergey.
Oh, okay. At first, I thought that you cannot hear me.
Yeah, I have trouble with internet.
All right. Hello, Luba.
Good evening. Hello.
How are you
Nice
today?
to see you. I'm fine. I'm fine, thank you. What about you?
Also fine. Okay. So today we're going to talk about how do you learn the best. So maybe you wondered that some people are known as straight A students, yeah, while other people struggle in school even they're very smart. Why do you think that's happening?
I'm sorry, but I haven't got what do you mean?
I mean, there are some like at school, right, or maybe even in university. Some people do really good at their marks, their score, yeah, and some just struggle in school, even though they are smart. What's the problem?
What does it mean, struggle?
Struggle. Well, I mean, it's really difficult for them to study. It's really hard for them. What might be the reason? Well, some do really well and some badly, even though they are smart people, they are not stupid.
The reason is in motivation, probably. Someone has motivation, another one
okay.
Doesn't have it.
Maybe interest.
Well,
because, you know, motivation, I don't know, hard to remember. Maybe on the last years of studying in school, these people have motivation maybe to study in university, and you need to learn something. But as I understand, it's only the interest.
Okay, thank you. We have two more people join us. Yeah, here's Kate. Hello.
Hi.
I haven't seen you at my lessons before, so can you introduce yourself? Maybe tell a little bit about yourself.
Okay, I'll try. So my name is Kate, and I live in Moscow, and I try to improve my English as as you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. So you already you heard about our topic today. Yeah. We talk about. And Alexander, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. Hello.
Okay. Hello. Good to see you. Yeah. So we are talking about how to learn the best. Yeah. And I asked the question why some people do really well at school or maybe during the university's time, and some, even though they're smart, they struggle. They have really hard time to learn something. Do you have any ideas about this?
Choose the first person.
Well, I asked Alexander, yeah, about this because I talked to him last.
What question?
You probably missed what I just say, or
No, I heard, but I didn't understood where is question.
well, the question is, what's the problem? Why some people do really good and some not so great, even though they're smart?
If they all smart?
Yeah, you're very smart person, but you do badly at school. What might be the problem? Well, Alexander say that maybe it's lack of interest, lack of maybe motivation. I mean, Michael say. What do you say? Do you have any ideas?
I think we can't be smart in all spheres. One smart man, smart human person is smart in art, for example, another in languages, and so on.
Okay. Kate, do you have anything to say about it?
Okay, I did not so good at school, you know, but I'm not think that I'm stupid or something like that. But I think I was bored at school. You know, it depends on teacher. First of all, I think, and school program is very boring for some people, and it's not so difficult, but it's very boring. And the way they try to teach you is awful, you know.
Okay. Thank you. But did you know that people learn in different ways? And what might be good for one person is not so good for another one. And according to some research, there are 7 types of learners. If you're interested, I will name you them. So first type of learner, it's a verbal or linguistic type. Can you guess what does it mean if you are a verbal or linguistic learner? Luba.
Probably verbal learner is such one person who learns, pronounce the material what he or she learns.
Okay.
It is better for him to remember something when he speaks.
Okay. Thank you, Kate. What do you think? What kind of learner is verbal or linguistic?
Linguistic, I think that people who learn better when he hears something, listen to something, you know, maybe that's about it.
Okay. Alexander?
I can't answer this question. I don't know what does.
You don't know. Okay. Okay, Michael?
About person who need to listen.
Yeah, verbal or linguistic learner. Who is he?
Maybe these people understand or remember this information better when they listen some material in a verbal form. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're a verbal or linguistic learner, you make sense out of the words through language, and can use words effectively, either speaking or in writing. So writers and editors have this type of intelligence. Next type of learner is logical or mathematical. What kind of person is this? Logical or mathematical? Luba?
I guess these persons learn better when they see some schedules or numbers, I don't know, formulae, something like
Formulas.
this. Formulas.
Yeah.
So in this way.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, so you can use numbers effectively. Yeah, so scientists, mathematicians, and philosophers have this type of intelligence. Another type is visual or spatial. Kate, can you tell what kind of learner is that? Visual.
Visual. I think people who can remember something better when he can see it. Yeah.
Yes. So, for example, like architects, artists, engineers have this type of intelligence. Another one, like bodily or kinetic. Any ideas about this?
Who like touch everything? Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Or you use all part of your body to create products or solve problems. Yeah. So, for example, athletes, surgeons, dancers, they have this type of intelligence. Okay, Alexander, musical. If you have musical type of intelligence, what are you good at?
Maybe I'm good at listening to music.
Okay.
Lyric.
Yeah. So you understand a meaning made out of sounds. Yeah. You when you hear something, you can understand or remember it better, maybe than in writing form, written form. Yeah, and there are some people called naturalists. What are they? What kind of people are they? Luba, do you have any idea?
It is a mystery for me. I don't know, really.
Okay.
I cannot even guess. No ideas.
All right, Michael, can you tell anything about naturalists?
Hard to say. Maybe people who understand more in practice when you're in front of nature. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah. So you can distinguish and classify and use feature of your environment. So, for example, gardeners, florists, maybe geologists have this intelligence about nature. Do you think it is important to find out which kind of learner are you? Luba?
So probably yes, I would say that I'm mathematical like learner,
Okay.
but not every time. Sometimes it is more important for me to see something to remember it. So that means that I'm like a mixed learner, like visual and mathematical.
I see.
Mathematical.
Okay, Kate.
I would say that I am kind of combination, you know. I like to touch, think, you know, and I would say I'm audio, yeah.
Yeah, or listener, yeah.
Listener, yeah, and listener, most of all.
Okay. Alexander?
I think it's important, but I'm not sure that I'm one of pronounced kind of learners.
Okay, why not?
Because I take material very bad, and I know way more effective way to learn English.
I see. Yeah, so Michael, what about you?
I'm also mixed. Hard to say how is it conceived. Maybe how to say formulas or mathematical, yeah, and I don't know, listener, and sometimes I don't know. We talk about or not like visual. Not it's not a visual. When we read texts.
Yeah, it's visual. Yeah, you get your information through your eyes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and you're right. There is no 100% pure listening learners or seeing learners or touch or experience learners. Usually we combine different types. Yeah, but some features are more, take most of us, and that's when we find out which way is better, then we can do better in our study. Yeah, so let's say, and then it will be, we will use learner methods more efficient. So today we will take different quizzes to find out to which type do we belong. Yeah, so again, I'll give you some examples. So listening learners, yeah, heard, let's say, their mother, believed the information and never, like say, your mother said, yeah, stove can burn you, don't touch it. Yeah. So if you're listening learner, so you hear what your mother say, you believe the information, and you never touch the stove. Yeah. If you're seeing learners, yeah, you watch the brother or maybe your friend touch the stove, and then you never touch it. Yeah. So you see example of other people, and you're like, no, I learned the lesson from somebody else. Yeah, and if you're experienced learner, you touch the stove, but only once. You want to make sure that it's really hot, so you actually touch it, and they're like, oh, that's hot. Maybe we all been through this experience when we were little, when mom told us don't play with matches. Yeah, so if you're listening, you just hear the information. It's like, okay, yeah. But many of us actually decided to test, is it hot, will it burn me or no, and then like, okay, it's really hot. Yeah, and so in our life we might decide different problems. So let's discuss different situation, different problems, and tell me what would you do in this situation. So, situation number one, you need to paint a room. Problem, how much paint and what supplies do you need? So imagine somebody give you assignment to paint a room. How do you learn about how much paint and what supplies do you need? Luba.
Probably I will search into the internet.
Okay. All right. All right. Good. Kate.
Usually I just try to find some information on the can of paint. I don't know how this. And sometimes I ask sellers, yeah, in the shop, how much paint I need and what I need for painting.
Okay. All right, Alexander. What would you do in this situation? You need to paint a room, but you never done it before. What kind of paint do you need? How much?
I will use advices of Lubas and Kate together.
So what exactly would you do?
At first, I will read instruction. Second, if I don't understand anything, I ask sellers, and third, I will go to the internet.
Okay, so you will ask first, yeah, call somebody or ask shop assistant, and then you go online and will check for additional information, right?
Yes.
Okay, Michael, what do you do?
So I will go to the shop and maybe read the instruction for this paint and choose in the shop. Maybe I can ask shop assistant about the quality or colors.
Okay. Thank you. So this situation showed that Luba is 100% seeing learners. Yeah. So if you're seeing learners, you might look online for answer, read several websites, go to a bookstore and find books and magazines about home improvement and painting. Yeah, you might go to the paint store and read the back of the paint. Watch a course at the paint store and so on. So Luba is definitely a seeing learner in this situation. Well, Kate is more like listening learners, because if you're a listening learner, you might call a painter or a friend and ask them for instructions before starting. Or you might attend a course on painting at the paint store. Yeah, and Alexander is kind of a little bit of this, but I think he's more listening, yeah, because he said he will ask first for instructions and then will read in addition. Okay, another life situation. Your boss wants you to plan a summer barbecue for 25 co-workers and their parents or partners, sorry. So you've never planned anything before. How would you learn what to do? Kate.
Okay. That's a difficult situation. I don't know. Yeah, I would try to plan it myself, and I also ask somebody to help me. I don't know who know what to do. You know, something like that.
What do you do first? Well, your first plan.
My first plan.
Yes.
Of course, I'll try to find someone who did it before.
Okay, to find an experienced person, yeah, and cry, help me.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Luba. Your plan of action.
So I would take the responsibility on. I would be responsible of this, and I will do probably how I would like to do it, and after this party, probably I will ask opinion of others, what was good, what was not so good. So it would be my own experience, and I would learn on my own mistakes, if that would be.
Okay. Thank you, Alexander.
I didn't get a situation.
So your boss wants you to plan a summer barbecue for 25 co-workers.
Oh.
You've never planned anything before. Your actions.
Am I chief?
Yeah, your boss. Yeah, your chef, your employer.
Am I a cook?
You need to organize.
I'm a manager.
Yep. Organize. So it means if you're organized, you need to find, you need to create the menu. You need to find people who would cook. You need to think about entertainment, and so on.
Okay. At first, I will call my friends, female, and ask them what should I do.
Okay.
That's all I think.
All right. Michael?
So I will start planning from the count, the cost per one person, and after that I can expand it for all people and make the budget.
Okay, well, what's about budget? Yeah, but let's say, how do you, where would you find the information about maybe entertainments? Find the team. You know, you've never done it before. Just like that, completely shocked.
If you talk about, you know, it depends. Maybe if we talk about the food, it's one question, but if you talk about the entertainment, it's another. Yeah, another. So.
Okay. So what would you do then?
You know, I think all people have experience. Maybe if you take to this event some, I don't know, ball or special sports things, yeah, people can use it, and the question is solved by how to say themselves or himself. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So Kate is in this case, in this situation, is listening learner. Yeah, because if you're a listening learner, you might call a friend who throws great party and say, help me. or attend an upcoming party and ask the host lots of questions. Yeah, just the best way to go to a party, a really good party, and ask this person, oh, what to do. Yeah, or call a party planner in the phone and try to get some tips out of them. But Luba is an experienced learner. Yeah, she will dive right. Yeah, or like I should say, she will find a place. Yeah, buy lots of food at the local store. Yeah, and then she will learn from her own experience. Yeah. Well, and seems like none of you are scene learners. So, like scene learner might search for party planning tips through the internet, or maybe look for books about catering, or party games, or something like this. So, okay, situation number 3, or problem number 3. You need to certify in first aid, so you can become a leader of some type of troop. You haven't studied first aid since maybe you were a child, and you decide to take a course at some type of organization. So what to do? You need to certify, but you haven't done it for a long time. Maybe you probably have forgotten it, all that you learned.
Sorry, but what does it mean, first aid?
First aid, like, well, if maybe someone can explain.
Could you write?
Yeah, sure. First aid. For example, if somebody is drowning in the water, or stop breathing, like, so you give him first aid. Or somebody has broken an arm or a leg.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. Do you understand now? All right.
Could you repeat, please, the question?
The question.
The situation. Okay.
The situation. So you need to certify, get certificate, right, in first aid. But you haven't studied first aid since you were a child. So, what to do in this situation?
The question for Luba, yeah?
Well, for everyone, yeah. But who would like to answer first?
So probably I would learn some information from books, or I would visit some courses for first aid.
Okay, but what would be first? Books or courses?
In this case, it would be courses, because it's very serious
Okay.
object. It is better to learn from courses.
Okay. Thank you. Kate?
I agree with Luba. I would take some training, for this. It's better to see how it should be, for me. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Alexander?
I agree with girls.
You always agree. You're such an agreeable person. Michael?
So I prefer to read it before, and maybe if I don't understand something, can see, can go to the special courses and see only the moments which I don't understand before.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes, you know, it's a very boring process.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
better to read it. It's faster.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now we'll take I mean, another quiz. We discussed just some problems, living situation. Yeah. Now we get closer to actually a studying process. And there will be some question. I would like to hear your opinions. I will write the questions and options into the chat that you could see it better. So the first situation, yeah, if I have to learn something, I learn best when I try to do it myself, watch someone show me how, or hear someone tell me about it. So, Luba, what would you?
I would learn it myself first of
You
all.
learn. Okay. So, and the letters stands for three types of learners. So, K, it's when you learning by touching something. Yeah. So, you so-called kinetic type of learner. V stands for visual, so more with your eyes, and A for auditory, so you understand better when you hear. So your answer is first number. Yeah, you try to do it yourself. Okay. Kate.
I learn best when someone show me how to do something.
Okay. Alexander.
I agree with Kate.
Okay, so
More close with the answer. I hear someone to tell me how.
okay. Okay, so mark the letters after your answer, then we'll see results after this test. Okay, situation number 2. When I read, I often find that I read out loud or hear the words inside my head. I visualize what I'm reading in my mind, or I feed and try to feel the content. Luba, when you read.
I will choose the second variant.
So you visualize what are you reading? Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay. Alexander.
Can you repeat the variants?
You can read them in the chat. So if you look, yeah, I put it particular that I don't have to repeat myself. Yeah.
Alexander, do you have chat?
Yes, I have, but I can't translate. What is
Okay, I'll give you some time to translate and meditate. Okay, Kate?
I also visualize what I'm reading. Yes, I think variant 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Michael?
Maybe variant A with a mix of the second one.
Okay, so you hear the words in your head, yeah, when you read out loud, and you try to visualize, yeah. But
No,
what is more?
right,
What is?
but if it's something interesting, maybe your imagination work right. Try to visualize this picture.
Okay, but you need to choose one answer. In this
In general, it's A variant.
A. Okay, okay, thank you. Alexander, are you ready to answer?
Yeah, I choose second variant because I didn't understood.
Okay.
That's interesting, Lord.
Maybe we can translate Alexander
I
something.
found translation of words loud and fidget. But translation of these words is strange.
Out loud, you don't understand the word out loud, yes?
Yes.
Okay, so when you can read silently the text, like just with your eyes, or you actually can read, like I'm reading out loud. Say, when I read, I often find. So I read it out loud. Do you understand?
Without pronunciation, yeah?
Yeah, so silently or out loud, it's actually you pronounce the word.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Read out loud or hear the words inside my head.
Yeah,
Yes,
you hear the words inside. So you read it and you hear also. So you kind of like double thing. You hear and it's also inside your head.
Yes, I do it, but last time I know that it's better to read to pronounce the text or lyric text, and I tried to do with my voice.
Okay, so what you choose? A, well, first, second, or third? You try to feel the content. You try to visualize, or you hear the voice.
Can I choose two variants, A and B?
Yeah, only one. Only one. Unfortunately.
Okay, let's be V.
V. Okay, you visualize. Yeah. Okay. Let's go to. Does everyone? Yeah, everyone answered the situation. Situation number 3. When I ask to give directions, I see the actual places in my mind and I say them or prefer to draw them. Have no difficulty in giving the verbally instruction, or have to point or move my body as I give them. Luba?
I would choose the second and the third together.
Okay, but what is more?
Verbally, yes,
verbally.
I would choose the second variant. Yes, I would explain it verbally.
Okay, Kate.
It's always difficult for me to ask direction. I always can't understand what people try to explain. But I think it's first answer. Yeah, I always try to imagine this place.
Actual place. Okay.
Yeah, actual place.
All right, Michael. So first, you try to see the place in your mind, or you just give the direction verbally. It's no problem to you, or you need to point. You need to use gestures to like go left, right, go straight. You know.
For me, it's like the same. Maybe second variant. Have no difficulty with giving them verbally.
Verbally. So you just say, okay, go here, there, without any
Yeah.
move. Okay. And Alexander, don't say that you agree with somebody.
Um, okay, I choose variant K. Oh no.
So what would you? So you will
Just
use gestures, okay, and explain it.
go straight, right, left, then right, left, right, right, left.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Next situation. If I am unsure how to spell a word, I write it in order to determine if it feels right, write it in order to determine if it looks right, or spell it out loud in order to determine it sounds right. Kate, what would you do? You will write it to
For
see
sure, I would write it, but to I
for
don't
which
know
purpose? If it feels right or if it looks right?
if it looks right.
If
Yeah.
it looks right. Okay. Thank you. Luba?
Probably I will write to it. Yes.
For
It is better
for
to
which
see
purpose?
to see it better how it looks.
How
To
it
be
looks?
sure
If
that
it
it's
looks.
right. Yes.
All right. Alexander?
Maybe Mikhail and after.
Okay.
So for me, it's better to maybe to spell it. Yeah, if you talk about the real pronunciation, not about writing a word.
So some people prefer to spell the word and like okay,
You know,
book. You would say okay, B-O-O-K, book. Yeah. Or some people book. How would I say book? Din din din. And
I know. It depends maybe, but in general, I prefer to spell it
to
out.
spell it.
Yeah.
I see. Okay, Alexander.
Variant V, write it in order to determine if it looks right.
Okay, all right. Next situation. When I write, I often say the letters and words to myself. I am concerned how neat and well spaced my letters and words appear. Or I push hard on my pen or pencil and feel the flow on the words or letters as I form them. Luba, what do you do when you write?
I will choose this second variant.
Concerned how neat and well spaced.
Well spaced. What does it mean? Could you explain? Actually, I didn't get. What does it mean? The second variant. Yes. In other words, could you explain it? I'm not sure about the meaning.
Well, so-called calligraphy. How nicely does it look? Your writings. What do you concern? You know, the space between words. How. You know, some people write really nice, and they like it to be written in, you know, nicely. So what
but
do you...
the third variant isn't the same variant now?
No, you push hard, yeah, on your pen. You just like, kind of like you form the letters. You know, some people are really like... just...
So then the second variant. Yes, I'm sure the second.
Okay. Kate?
I would choose the first one because I write not so net, you know, but I always pronounce words when I read them, write them.
Yeah. I'm here with you because I saw my writing is horrible. You know, just you need someone to detect my writings because it's so bad. Yeah. Okay, Michael.
So, for me, it depends on language. Yeah. If you talk about Russian, maybe it's the third variant. Just write it and don't think. And,
Okay.
you know, if you start to think about write this word, I mean correct this writing or not correct, you can make a mistake. But if you write it with a high speed, it will be okay.
I see. What about in English? If you write it in English,
Maybe
which?
if I write it in English, it's better to pronounce it before.
Mm-hmm.
So, because you know maybe it's a kind of level of knowledge.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. And Alexander, what about you? When you
First,
write?
first say letters and words to myself.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Don't forget to mark the letters when you answer to find out the result. Okay. Let's move to another situation. If I have to remember a list of items, I would remember it best if I wrote them down, say them over and over to myself, and moved around and used my fingers to name each of them. What would you do? So, Kate, you need to remember something.
I would write them down. Yeah.
Write them down. Okay. Michael?
Mm, so, maybe yeah. I will write the second first variant.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Okay. Thank you. Luba?
I would also write them down
Okay.
to see the list and
Mm-hmm.
for a better remember.
Okay. Alexander?
I agree with students.
No, I need you to tell the answer. It's unacceptable. I agree. It's you need to express your opinion.
Okay, I will write them down.
Okay, you also will write them down.
Sometimes. Several times I would wanted to
Several
say.
times. Okay. Thank you. Our next situation is I prefer teachers who use hands-on activities, use the board or overhead projector while they lecture, or talk with a lot of expressions. Well, now as a teacher, I'm interested to know. Kate, what kind of teacher do you prefer?
I
Who
prefer.
use activities, boards or however projectors, or just talk with a lot of expressions?
No. I prefer teachers who use the board or projectors or something else like that.
Okay, why?
For me, it's easier to understand when I see it on the blackboard, for example, or something like that.
Okay. So these questions, when you read this question situation, is better if I would try to explain you and say, Michael, what kind of teachers do you prefer?
it depends on subject. Yeah. because
Oh, English. We talk about English.
yeah,
Your favorite English teacher is the one who just give writing activities, yeah, use the board or projector or just talk a lot.
for languages, I think it's a talk a lot.
With a lot of expression, yeah.
You know, in English, not so many like tablets, how to say right, or schedules. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So you can see it once and remember it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So the third variant. Yeah.
Variant. Okay. Luba?
I will choose the second one. It would be better if I see the material on the blackboard, on the board, on the projector.
Okay. Alexander, what about you?
If I learned grammar, I would prefer second variant. But now, when I'm not interested in grammar, but more in talking, I would prefer talk with a lot of expression.
Okay. Thank you. Let's move ahead. Another situation. When trying to concentrate, I have difficult times when there is a lot of noise in the room, there is a lot of clutter or movement in the room, or I have to sit still for any length of time. Michael, you have when you need to concentrate, you have difficult time when there is a lot of noise, a lot of movement, or you have to sit still. Oh, Michael has left. Okay, Kate.
Okay. It is difficult for me to concentrate when there is a lot of noise in the room. You know, I have kids, and when they crying in the room when I try to concentrate, it's awful. I hate when it happened.
Yeah, I feel you. Also, I have a 3-year-old son, so I know that feeling. Okay, Luba.
I hate the movement at the moment when I'm trying to concentrate on something by learning.
Okay, and Alexander, what about you?
When there is a lot of noise in the room.
Yeah. Okay, so you also dislike noise.
Noise, yes, but I don't see any movement when I concentrated on something.
Okay, good. Next situation. When solving a problem, I write or draw diagrams to see it, talk myself through it, or use my entire body or move object to help me think. Kate.
Oh, I would choose both first and second. It's difficult for me. Sometimes I write something to solve problem, but also I like, when I go to bed and lie and thinking about it over and over again. I talk to myself inside my hand. It's awful. Also difficult to sleep for me. I choose both. Can I choose both?
No, you can. You can. Just one.
Okay, then the second one.
Second, you talk to yourself through it, and then okay. Luba.
I will will choose the third variant.
You use your entire body, move, or something like ding, ding, ding.
I need
Okay.
movement.
All right, Alexander.
First variant, I draw something.
Okay. Okay. Another situation. So when given the written instructions on how to build something, I try to put the parts together first and read later. Read them silently and try to visualize how the parts will fit together, or read them out loud and talk to myself and put the parts together. Kate.
I try to put the parts first, and if I can't, I try to read the instruction first
Okay.
variant.
Okay. Luba?
Firstly, I read the instruction. I try to understand it, then I will. So the second variant.
Okay, you read them silently because there are two options. Read them out loud or silently.
I will read silently.
Silently. Okay, Alexander?
I read them out loud and talk to myself as I put the parts.
Okay. Thank you. Another situation. Just a second. Here you go. To keep occupied while waiting, I talk or listen to others, look around, stare or read, or walk around, manipulate things with my hands, or move, shake my feet as I sit.
Where is variant surf internet?
Well, there is maybe a talk or listen. Or you can choose look around, stare, or read. This is I think the internet can fit to a second one. Look around, stare, or read.
Yes, it's my variant.
Okay, Kate.
I would talk or listen to others.
Yeah. Okay, Luba.
I will just read and look around. The second variant.
Okay. All right, and the last situation, and then you can count and see what type of learner are you. So if I had to verbally describe something to another person, I would be brief because I don't like to talk at length, go into great detail because I like to talk, or gesture and move around while talking. Kate.
When it comes about describing people, I would go into details. Yeah.
Okay, so you like to talk, right?
Yeah, I like to talk. I like gossip, and so on to describe, to discuss people appearance or something else, features.
Okay,
Yeah.
thanks. Luba?
As a usual woman, I like to talk also. So yes, for sure, I will talk a lot. Yes, with all details.
Details. Okay, thank you. Alexander?
As a usual cat, I choose gesture and move around.
All right. So now, guys, look at your results, and of course, which letter takes more place, then what type of the test will show what kind of person are you. So, are you ready to tell me your results?
I'm not.
I'm visual.
You're visual. You're more visual. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is this test prove what your opinion about yourself? Was it correct, or it was surprising? The results was surprising for you.
A little bit surprising for me, but I think it's true. Yeah.
Okay, Luba.
So I'm also a visualist that and that is the true about me.
Okay.
At the very beginning, you have said that I'm 100% visualist.
Okay.
That's true.
Okay, and Alexander.
I didn't count because I lost variance.
Yeah. But as I could tell, there will be you're more like a kinetic. You like to touch. You like to try something.
Maybe I always thought that I'm visual. Maybe.
Well, it's too bad. You know, it's too bad that you lost your result. Now you will never know. Yeah. Yeah, so knowing that, it will help you to find appropriate materials and the methods of teaching. Yeah, so if you visualize, I would suggest more maybe watching films, right? Reading books rather than maybe listening. But it doesn't mean that you don't have to work on other skills. Yeah, if listening is not your best quality, then maybe also you need to focus and develop, work on this skill particular. All right, guys, it's time to finish our lesson. I hope it was interesting for you and you learned something new about yourself and about learning methods today. I wish you good night and see you next week at this time.
Okay,
Thank
see
you.
you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye-bye.